What's up, people? Thank you again for passing by the channel. All right, so promoter of 2018. This one's tough. This one isn't as easy as some think. When I put the question out on Twitter, I think of all the people that answered, I think 80% said Eddie Hearn. And I get that, right? You look at what Eddie Hearn's done this year, and again, we get big show after big show after big show. We've had Anthony Joshua at Wembley, we've had Anthony Joshua at the Principality in Wales, we've had MEN Arena's been full a couple of times, we've had O2 Arena being full, we think of Tony Bellew, David Hay. He's gone over to America, you think of DAZN now, Matchroom's gone over to America. So in terms of a 2018 for Eddie Hearn, it's been bloody good. But there hasn't been much difference, apart from DAZN, there hasn't been much difference between 2018 Matchroom and 2017 Matchroom. I'm trying to think of all the big matchups in 2017. It's very similar. It's very, very close. When you think of Anthony Joshua done what he did at Wembley, and O2 Arena was full as well in 2017. MEN Arena 2017 was full. So I don't think there's been that much of a change. Again, DAZN's massive, and you've got to applaud that. So Eddie Hearn, by default, could be #1. And you couldn't have no complaints of him being #1 promoter this year. I think he was on the cover of Ring magazine as well. So look, he's doing amazing things for boxing. And I'm not going to be a hater by saying he hasn't done. I think Frank Warren's done okay this year. I think the link up with BT Sports, which came in 2017, but he's progressed that. I think he's took risk as well. You think Tyson Fury fighting Deontay Wilder is a big risk. Tyson Fury is a big draw for him, but he let him take the Deontay Wilder fight, or at least he was part of that negotiation. Carl Frampton versus Warrington as well. So he's not afraid to put his marquee names in against big people. He's got some good fighters coming up. You think of Yard, Dubois, Gorman. So again, good year for Frank Warren. I think Bob Arum's had a good year as well. I think of some of the prospects coming in under Bob Arum, and it's a good year for Bob Arum. You think of the superstar names he's got, Terence Crawford, Loma, they've been on good shows. But I'm going to go a bit outside the box here. When I think of the fighter that I think's made the biggest impact in 2018, the name that springs to mind, and I think it's the name that springs to mind for all of you, is Alexander Usyk. And if I'm honest with you, as much as I am a big boxing fan, one of the divisions that I just find quite boring has been the cruiserweight division. I've always found it to be, I don't know, just a strange division, right? A lot of these guys really want to be in the heavyweights because that's where the most money is, or the light heavyweight division, which is always kind of filled with talent. The cruiserweight division has been filled with talent, but it's talent that we don't really know of, right? It's talent that we don't really pay attention to. The promoter that made me pay attention to the cruiserweight division this year and the year before were the Sauerlands. The Sauerlands, with their World Boxing Super Series tournament, I think have done amazing things. Not with just the cruiserweights, and let's be honest, they've opened our eyes to cruiserweights that we probably never have heard of. A lot of people, I know a lot of hardcore boxing fans that didn't know too much about the cruiserweights. They know about the cruiserweights now, and that's down to the World Boxing Super Series tournament. I think the super middleweight one ended badly because of where it was in Jeddah, but I think that was an exciting tournament as well. Let's be honest, a lot of us were excited about that Chris Eubank versus George Groves fight. The fight didn't live up to it, but the build-up was fantastic. So I think what they've done with that World Boxing Super Series and the way they reinvigorated and re-energized the cruiserweight division, I think was fantastic. And they don't have the same deep pockets like Frank Warren and BT Sports or like Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, but I think they're still able to put on good shows. But I do know they're running into trouble now because they don't have a TV backer. But I do hope they can get an international TV backer, because I think these World Boxing Super Series tournaments are fantastic. We all ask for the best to fight the best. And I think it's fair to say that what they've done in the cruiserweight division, what they're doing right now in the bantamweight division, is the best fighting the best. And that's what we as fight fans want. Look at all the problems they're getting with some of these so-called top promoters not being able to get the best in the ring with the best. The World Boxing Super Series at least started at cruiserweight, and I think they're doing it right now at bantamweight. And if they can continue, then we never know what it could do. Middleweight maybe, heavyweight maybe. So I think the Sauerlands, for what they have in terms of financial backing, which isn't as much as Eddie Hearn and Matchroom and Frank Warren and BT, I think are doing a fantastic job. And I know for one that I was super excited about that World Boxing Super Series tournament. And fingers crossed it keeps going, because I think the tournament's fantastic. So the Sauerlands, which might shock people, are my promoters of the year.